I'm making this video today. It is June 1st, 2015, Livingston County. I'm making this video to put it on YouTube because that's where I had actually found some very useful videos. One of those videos was CPS Insider Revealed. It's a lot of information about a retired judge that indulged into the CPS division to make attempts at helping families before it was too late. However, she found a corrupt system that's been dismantled by individuals that are childless, uneducated, and unemotional individuals that operate this system, more so for a strategic gain for the department in which they're working for to be able to maintain funds. And I would have to say, from my experience and what I've seen, CPS in Livingston County is a very scary system. There's definitely abuse in all counties that need to be investigated thoroughly, checked out, and seen if there is or is not a threat at that residence or facility. However, I'm going through a divorce. My wife asked me to leave. For the last couple of years, we were arguing a lot in front of the kids. Occasionally, we agreed that we were going to take counseling, try to get our marriage back on track. Been together for almost 10 years. Had a baby on the way. Went to see Judge Geddes. There was no judges involved. My wife had used the PPO as a tool. After I had left the home, I went back 2 weeks later to get my mail as I normally would. We were going to counseling, and I was greeted by my stepkids telling me that I was not allowed there, and mother said to call the police if I came, which she denies, but I know she had instructed them to call the police or had called themselves. Anyhow, it was my home. I hadn't left. Police came out, notified me there was a PPO that was ordered up by her. I asked her to not file a PPO, and that way I would leave so we didn't have the legal system involved in our arguments. It seemed like it wasn't an issue. However, she must have talked to other women that must have been scorned, and they had told her the steps on how to be portrayed as a victim by the court and what to and not to say. So I got the PPO, and I was really surprised. I thought we were working on a relationship. It ended up being that she filed a PPO and said she was scared of me for our arguments. So the PPO was granted based on her saying, and I have the PPO, and the 3 incidents that a woman must fabricate or really have had happen to them. However, my wife kind of just rifled through past arguments and found 3 of them that were pretty intense. The one time her brother was at our house drunk, baby brother. Not going to get into it. There was police called a couple times. I was never arrested. The police definitely said I was in the right, trying to maintain and manage my household, although I disagree with a lot of the decisions my wife was making for our family and her children and her business. Either way, PPO was granted, no questions asked. You know, I definitely thought it was a mistake. I tried to appeal the PPO. My wife actually went to appeal the PPO with me 30 days later. We told the judge that we had counseling set up. We know our arguing was an issue. We had counseling set up, but it took us a month to get it set up. I'm not living there. We're trying to work things out. We wanted the PPO lifted, and we have a baby on the way. I kid you not, I have audio. Well, I'll just say this. The judge had told us that was not going to happen, pretty much laughed at it. Told my wife she had filed a PPO for not herself, but also for her children. So that was the big thing. I don't know why she was advised or why she would file a PPO for her children. I've never threatened the kids or hit them, and as a matter of fact, I've never raised my hand to the child as if I was going to, ever. I highly doubt I even yelled at the children more than a few times for typical not cleaning their rooms, parenting issues. So we were definitely surprised the PPO wasn't lifted. It stalled us out in our relationship. The kids were stressed out. Went to school counseling. Said mom and dad were fighting. Dad left the house. CPS got involved. Questioned the kids. I wasn't supposed to see the report because they're not my kids. However, I did see the report through a family member, and I was shocked. I was shocked and almost sickened. There was an allegation of child abuse. I immediately, started contacting people, and my wife had also contacted them and the child and said there was definitely no child abuse or anything like that had ever happened, and we're not sure how that could have gotten into the report, but it definitely needed to be taken out, whether we stay together or get divorced. We have a child together. I'd definitely like to be able to take care of my child, being that I took care of hers for 10 years. CPS worker pretty much just said, I'm sorry, the report's been submitted. And then she had went as far to say, her name was Michelle Subjecta in Livingston County. She went and also had told me that not only has the report been submitted already, but now everybody's changing their story, as to leave me and my family in the confusion as if maybe we had actually said that I had abused somebody. Nobody has ever even came to that point. There was once allegations by her kid's father, which had been years and years of ongoing problems with him, in and out of the court system, definitely damaging the kids. As a non-parent that took care of two kids for 10 years, it's horrible for me to sit back the whole time and watch these kids and their mother and their fathers go through the court system, CPS, DHS. I mean, it was just, I also grew up without a father. I had a stepfather, and we never went through any of these organizations that were able to get into our home and dismantle things. It was always just a story that you'd see other people, and you never thought it would be you. I'd always known better than to involve other parties into our, family issues. Like I say, I could definitely see if there was abuse going on or something like that, but that wasn't the case here. And I definitely have the case file if I get some comments on the Freedom of Information Act. I have a lot of the stuff that was blacked out. So I just wanted to report that with Livingston. I'm speaking to an attorney the last week or so about this, and of course they act like they're really surprised, but they also act like it's very common that this happens. And I have a criminal record from before I even met my wife, which is well over 20 years ago, and that must have definitely been used against me as well. So here it is. I have a PPO against me. Child Protective Services saying that potential child abuser. The PPO also puts a domestic violence charge in your file, so if you ever get pulled over by the police, or if they ever were to see you, they would definitely know who you were and accost you accordingly. It's been very problematic for me. Definitely hoping this attorney is going to be able to make something happen. Very disappointed with Livingston County CPS, and I hope if others are watching this, they could definitely learn something from it. Thanks.